They are not your dull, run-of-the-mill school board meetings.
Yeah, from mask mandates to book bans, Brevard County's school board became a political battleground and birthplace of a national movement.
But now, as Scott Heidler explains, there's a move to shed that image.
The flare-ups started over mask mandates in Brevard Public School Board meetings.
We the people will vote all of you out of office.
And during the last 3 years, the divisions deepened, the discussions became more heated.
It's our children. It's our choice.
We are going to clear the room. We're going to take a recess.
This was just as teacher Jennifer Jenkins ran for a school board seat. Her husband, also a teacher, she wanted to fight for better pay.
I unseated the founder of Moms for Liberty, something that no one expected me to do. I beat her by almost 10 percentage points in this really conservative county.
Jenkins leans to the left.
The second I was seated, I was met with, in the beginning, minimal harassment and kind of, silly high school bullying, I'd call it. And then it just quickly escalated from there, intimidation campaign, death threats.
It thrust her into taking on a more political platform for her board seat. Jenkins says that meant political pressure from groups like Moms for Liberty. She accused them of being fronted by bigger conservative groups in Florida and beyond. Tina Deskovich is who she beat in the school board election, co-founder of Moms for Liberty.
Yeah, we are a grassroots organization. I mean, if anybody knows that, the people of Brevard County know that. We started right here.
The conservative group now with chapters in 48 states.
The chapter here fights the issues that are happening at this school board. I can't speak to other organizations. Surely there are organizations at the national level that are pushing national agendas, but not Moms for Liberty.
I'm deeply concerned about the future of this school system. And honestly, I've been concerned since I began in this role because I saw that we were the birthplace of public education culture wars.
Jenkins is not running in the upcoming board election this November. She'll remain in public education, but not revealing what role. Will the Brevard School Board shake the identity as being the front lines of the national culture wars? Those who want to be part of the future want to remove politics from the board. A year and a half ago, then board president Matt Susan launched a new discipline program in front of the county jail.
I think moving forward, what we need to do is that one of the things that people don't talk about is that this is the most politically divisive situations ever in the history of school boards.
He's been on the board for 8 years, says it's only been contentious the last 3. Hoping to roll back the clock, he's running to keep his seat in District 4.
We're not going to be in the trenches anymore. We're not going to be doing a lot of those fights that are going on and being politically driven by groups.
But he has competition for his seat, including a Vieira High School senior.
Our students should be our number one thing. We shouldn't make it a political thing. A lot of what we see today with that contentiousness is board members being pulled to the left or right, and we need to find some middle ground.
Avanis Taylor is also running in District 4. The single mother got her call to action when her son was hazed by fellow football players at Vieira High School last year.
I think the politics have got to come out of the school board, and the school board should not be in the news almost every day, every time you turn around, or making national news.
Crystal Kazi recently joining the race for the same seat.
I do not feel it is the place of the board to censor, nor should they participate in a manner which is unbecoming of a leader of the county.
From many sides, there's the desire to close the Brevard School Board Battles chapter, only to be confirmed at the first board meeting post-election. In Brevard County, Scott Heidler, WESH 2 News.